The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Anthony Dorsett, DeMontre Moore, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we are. Players Lounge on a Tuesday, the Players' Day off. We are here at the Star in Frisco. Got Anthony Dorsett, got Trey Moore. I'm Newy Scruggs. And at some point in time, Barry Church will come in.
You're missing one.
So, yeah, man.
We got to switch roles. Don't let that be you.
Yeah. Yeah, so Church is vacant, but, we're going to start the show anyway, guys.
Well, go ahead.
We'll do that. The Washington Commanders lost last night, so the Dallas Cowboys remain in second place in the NFC East. How about that?
Boy.
How about that?
They always get the fortunate, being so fortunate to being in such a weak division from time to time. Oh. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, like you said, the Commanders lost last. Who did you pick last night?
Trey went with Washington to win 28-21.
You thought that was funny?
No.
I went with the Commanders. I thought Mariota was going to give me a little luck like he did last time, but it didn't work out that way, I do the difficult but strive for the impossible.
Hey,
and coming back in this little race right now, this is very Invictus mindset.
It's over.
It's not over.
The picks
yet.
are over.
Keep playing.
It's over.
What do you say? Keep playing.
It's over. But hey, man, I'm glad you're here. All right. Yeah. Guess speaking of here, Barry Church has now found his way into the studio. He's sitting down right now. My fear was that you might have got popped by the popo.
New era. No new era, man. Don't do that.
Hey, man,
Don't do that. Only new era.
Dang.
Only new era right here.
You're really trying to.
So you acting like you
really
trying to get us let go.
Well, you try to be like Clarence Hill. Off the network.
Can't do
We'll
it.
have some liquor for you.
Can't do it.
How come you get to wear that?
This is nothing.
It ain't new era.
It's a nothing.
This is the rival, so I can't, that's the rival.
You break down.
I wanted to bring that brand up.
You
We ain't bringing that brand
Come
up.
on, man. You can't wear your hat.
Hey, man, stop. Get out of me, Dorsett. Get out of
You
me.
ain't gonna get called me.
Hey, what they say, know what you can do.
Hey, yeah. All right.
Ain't gonna call me.
Back over there.
Derek understands what this is.
We know.
We all
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Hey, Derek. Come
Derek,
on, man. That right there.
audience, y'all know we have all this Greek unity and slander, but I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm having a talk with him.
Well,
if he get away with this hat, I'm bringing mine.
Boy, there's some favoritism if I done never seen it up
Man,
here.
I'm telling you, we all 1911. What happened?
Well, you just a snitch. I mean,
I might as well. Hey, it can't beat him.
Man,
Join
you
him.
gonna snitch like that when you tell him how that shirt you wearing right there look like that white got mixed in a little bit.
Boom,
It looked like it's pink.
Man, that's crazy.
Who watched that? You get some pods.
It did. My son just.
I mean,
had to
just
start
tell the
watching.
truth right now. The
No, my
shirt
son-
you're wearing right now, you know
It was
that
supposed
white
to-
is. Tell the truth. You see it. You see the color's not right.
What we talking about?
The white on there. The white on there.
It's not white.
It's
no
not
more.
white
So,
no more.
My
You
son,
see it.
My son is 6 years old, and he's
Complete child.
He's been excited. He's like, "Hey, mommy, I want to help. I want to do laundry." And so, in the laundry pile with the cleaners, of course, he threw everything in there. And so, yeah, my shirt got a little, it bled a little bit.
Hey, man.
But it don't matter.
How old is your son?
He's 6. He wanted. He was over there really trying to get it. He made me look bad if we being honest.
I was gonna let it all go.
Take the rap for your 6-year-old.
No,
bro.
what I'm gonna do that for?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I like my shirt. It still look good.
Hey.
Hey, my
Little
wife,
pink
my,
on
no,
there now.
exactly. My
Little
wife.
Trey,
is
you better watch out when you get older.
My wife is an AKA. I'm a new. So guess what? I get the pink and the red, so it goes both ways. I'm not tripping. Hey, I got many a Kappa.
I tried to be AKA. Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, you did not. No, you did not. Don't say
yes,
that.
I did try to be their only brother.
Oh,
yes, I did.
okay.
I know what I'm talking about.
I know
what I'm talking about.
Man, I'm Pittsburgh guy. You know how
I
it
know
is.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, see?
Hey, you know what I mean?
All right, that's good. Relax.
Real quick question.
Sure.
But, this is way off topic. We've been off topic. You've lived in Texas for a long time. You lived in I've lived
3 different times. 3 different times.
Born and raised.
I hear. When you driving on the highways, do they not teach down here that the left lane, the far left lane, is the the passing lane, the lane that you're going a little faster in than the rest of the lanes. Because I feel like every time I'm driving, here come this. Why are you in the left lane?
Bro.
If you cruising 10 below, it just happens all the time with me. I don't know, man.
When you're late, like you were, you trying to get down the street and you mad and you hot.
Everybody ain't going 100 down the highway.
I'm telling you, where you were going, church, they were popping people for tickets.
I did see a couple cats.
Okay, so people get
pulled
popped
over.
for tickets.
I
You got to know when they're popping for tickets, people gonna try and get a little slow for a minute because at that point where we were at over there by that little mall, they were some further up. So
like 3 other
I was about to say,
lanes.
if you don't
Like,
know,
there's 3
first of
other
all,
lanes.
everybody knows everybody speeds in Texas. It's an open way. If somebody's going slow in that far lane, it's very rare that somebody's messing up. But majority of the time, the cops is over there. So you need to be, what do you say, warning comes before destruction.
I've
So
been lucky, man.
at the end of
Keep
the-
your head on the swivel.
today, man, look, said you just left a little. I know what you did. I know what you did. And it was a little bottleneck too. I felt for you, man. When I heard, I was like, I didn't know what happened to him, man. Popo out here, little bottleneck, and then,
Things
end of
happen.
the month,
Interesting.
that
Got
quota
nice.
got to get met.
So you just need.
Oh yeah, that's what they coming.
You just
end of the month.
need to just leave a little early tomorrow, man.
I got you.
Do it tomorrow, man. That's all good. All good. Okay. So we were talking about the Commanders losing. So the Cowboys are in second place. Second place Cowboys. And here's a good thing, okay?
Here we go.
It's a good thing.
What makes it so good, Nui?
They got a losing team coming to 10. And that's who the Cowboys can beat these days.
Wow.
Cowboys,
Also bad news with that.
Possibly.
There's also
You
bad
ever
news
heard?
with that.
You ever heard like a backhanded comment, like, "Hey, how's that little job you got over there? Ain't nothing little about my job. It is functional." He said.
That's
"We
definitely
got
some
good
hate.
news.
That's definitely
Hey,
some hate.
And he said,
People say
"Good
that.
news. A losing team is coming, and that's the only team that can."
But
But it's a harsh truth.
It is.
What they say, the truth
Unfortunate.
hurts you sometimes.
They're a losing squad, but then there's also
Kyler
some
Murray,
bad news because Kyler Murray's coming back this week. And he hasn't lost in Texas. I don't even know when the last time he
9-0.
lost. Yeah, he ain't lost in Texas.
Life.
And he ain't
High
never
school,
lost in
right?
Texas. So.
But if it's gonna happen,
Oh yeah, it's going.
this is the time.
This is it.
This is the time. Okay, you're coming back from injury. It could be a little rusty. They're 2-6. I mean, you have to win this game for the Cowboys. You're back home, so they play well at home. You've been embarrassed. One more time, crack, crack, crack. Been embarrassed.
Definitely got cracked up.
I mean, 179 rushing yards. The Denver Broncos had on you, average 6.4. So it seems like, like the Chicago, we got to watch you get beat down. We got to talk about you. Then you're gonna rise up. But this is the kind of team they beat.
This is.
Is it?
You got
Is
some
it
numbers
really?
on them? Can we?
I was about to say, let's go to those numbers
get-
before you say something like that.
Here's the number I got. Got beat by Tennessee at home,
They did.
but a double-digit lead.
That's when my boy fumbled across the goal line. Yeah. But but I will say this about Arizona: they do fight. They do fight each and every week. And if you look at the losses they've had, they lost 5 in a row, I believe. I think the largest margin of their loss was maybe 3, 4, 5 points. So like they're in these ball games each and every one. They don't know how to finish and they don't know how to close out and get the W, which is good for the Dallas Cowboys. But this is a team where you can't just. Hey, man, we got this. They going to fight you, man.
That can arguably be said about the Cowboys as well and not finishing in.
This is true. This is true.
The Packers beat them 27-23. Then the Colts beat them 31-27, the game which they were in control.
They was right there.
Titans, they lost to Titans 22-21. They had the lead there. Lost to Seattle 23-20.
These are 4-point games.
That's what I'm saying.
And
They're going to fight you.
But they
and these are
missing
good.
James Conner with that University of Pittsburgh running back, but he got hurt early in the season. He's one of the leaders of that team
100%.
all the way
They
through.
lost to the 49ers 16-15.
All good teams.
Lost to the Panthers 27-22.
So I'm saying they right.
Lost to Kellen Moore and the Saints 2013.
Shout out my dog. Okay, more.
So
They going to fight you, man.
but they're losing teams. So they don't know how to close the show.
Yeah, that's facts.
The Cowboys at home, they score more points at home. You gotta get this.
You can't
gotta
lose.
get this one, man.
Like last week against Denver, I would say that they got out-coached, outplayed, and the talent. You just saw the gap between Denver and the Dallas Cowboys, the depth that Denver had to be able to lose the Defensive Player of the Year and still be able to lock down on the outside. Like the talent, gap between those two teams was massive when you saw it out there, and unfold. But this is a game where I gotta say you gotta be the more talented team. It's at least offensively. you're leaps and bounds above what Arizona got over there. So this is a game you gotta, yeah.
So,
Offensively, they're leaps and bounds better than what the Dallas or the Arizona.
Overall, team-wise, though.
Overall team-wise,
the defense is like going to,
Arizona averages 22 points a game.
Yeah, the defense is always going to affect the Cowboys' average.
Yeah.
But
what they could actually be.
What has been the Cowboys' kryptonite this whole year?
Everything.
The defense, but when that mobile quarterback, we're talking about another mobile quarterback, and not just any mobile quarterback. We're not talking about somebody that's Caleb Williams getting into the fold. We're talking about an established, pretty good. When he's firing, he's one of the top guys when he's being effective. When he's effective on the run and stuff like that, playing
He's been effective this year.
Yeah.
He's
That's
good.
what I'm saying. He's good.
Like he has his moments of when Kyler's playing at his best. Would you not say that some people have him as in the top half of quarterbacks? If you said the top half
I put
of
him
the league.
around like
and so
14, 15.
So 14,
sure.
15, if he's hitting on all cylinders, maybe a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But with that being said, you have a Cowboys defense that struggles on keeping contained on the run, that has struggled against multiple mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, they revived Russell Wilson's career. Like, his best game this season, before he lost his job, was against them. So now when you're coming in with a Kyler Murray that's coming off an injury, never lost here, and talking about, hey, the Cowboys are known to give people that fluff game where it's like, hey, you're back into the fold. Oh, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals are doing things now.
Hey,
So
Marvin Harrison Jr. had a big game yet?
He played well in a couple games. Yeah, he played well in a couple games.
Well, but not.
He ain't on
not up to his
yeah.
draft
He ain't
status
doing
yet.
what Pickens or anybody, but he's still.
But
yeah.
this could be the
That's
game
what
where he
you
comes
see
out
what I'm
because you know the Cowboys always let receivers come out here and do their things. Malik Neighbors, Marcus Golden, like you got these guys that are coming out here that are establishing themselves. So I hope this isn't the Marvin Harris game where we say, hey, this is why you were a top 5 pick.
And it's not only Harrison, man. You got Trey McBride. To me, is the biggest threat they got offensively.
Here's the thing about McBride. Right now, they're leading receiver, but he got his numbers, most of his numbers, while Murray was out. So the other quarterbacks have been getting in the ball.
Yeah.
And as far as Marvin Harrison goes, here's a guy taking top 5 in the draft, got 1 touchdown.
Yeah, he had the drops early on this season for sure.
I mean, you're talking about games with San Francisco, 3 catches. Seattle, 6 catches.
Yeah.
Tennessee, 4 catches. Indianapolis, 2 catches. Green Bay, 2 catches.
Yeah.
Dude, this is brother.
It's scary. It's scary, but like you brought up, everybody always have they coming out party against like, hey, I'm here now, career high. You got Rico coming in here saying career high. Somebody had a career high last week.
The rookie came out and had a good one.
He had
Harvey had a good one.
another rookie. Like these young guys are coming out and establishing themselves. So for me, yeah, I'm not really as much worried about what Marvin can do. I'm more so worried about that man that's undefeated in AT&T
But
Stadium.
you're also not dealing with a Denver defense. Like
A good team.
Yeah.
like Denver had that team. They could
Good team.
complementary
First place
football,
team.
offense, defense can smother you. Arizona's not that.
But
You know,
you said something a little bit ago, and you said that Denver basically, it sounded like you were saying Denver had a better offense than the Cowboys, and like when you go man for man, I can't say that that's actually the truth.
No, Denver-
They had a better game plan.
They
Besides
had a better
offensive
game
line,
plan.
exactly, they had a much better game plan. Now, structurally going into this game, on paper, okay, who looks like they have the better team? The Cowboys, we already know on offense,
Talent-wise, for
look
sure.
like they got the most talent on offense.
Yeah.
All right. Now, is it going to be a situation where through schematics and through play calling, they play themselves out the game? You know. And then when we look at the defense right now, as we're trying to figure things out, and this is one thing I wanted to, because I asked you about the 22.
Based on media reports, the Cowboys.
He got his notes.
That's the AI.
Hey, out there, listen.
Got a
But based off of what we've seen on as far as with the defense goes, you know, the communication in man is one thing, okay? Because there's not a whole lot of communication there. We know that, all right? But what we're seeing is this lack of communication in the zone coverages. Guys not getting to the proper depths and drops, not being in the proper place in like where curled flat or zone drops or whatever the case may be. So, you know, we're hoping that whatever communication has to change, you know, and we've already heard it's changed 1 time or 2 times already, but structurally something has to get better like this week. We talked in the chat about Flus and him being able to return. it has to be able to make sense at the end of the day, even at the end of the season. We keep giving up 150 yards every game rushing and then over 300 yards passing. I understand that, he doesn't have as we say, the tools to make everything happen. But at some point in time, like, I don't know if I could be a D coordinator, but I think I could structure some things around the talent that I do have.
Yeah.
And try to make some changes. And that hasn't happened.
Yeah. And to me, what he needs is he got to find, and you would think you would find this out off season and training camp. He got to find like a quarterback of that defense. Because like you said, the communication issues, it's like when you don't know too much about the defense, so you're afraid to speak up and say, man, I don't want to make the wrong call.
And then you thinking instead of playing anyway.
Exactly. Like, man, am I supposed to do this? You got to find. And we've talked about this early on. I know you may not have that alpha, that dog leadership, but you got to find a quarterback of that defense that can get everybody at least on the same page. If you're all wrong, you're all right.
Wrong, yeah.
But if half of the defense is playing cover 2, the other half is playing man, that's when these explosive stuff happen. You got to be on the same page. And right now, I don't know who that player could be for this team that could be that quarterback with so many moving pieces, people being in and out and hurt.
You don't think Overshawn? When he gets back,
yeah.
Like
Could
with
be.
all the time that he's had.
Let's get a break in here.
Okay.
Get a break in here. Kyler Murray.
Call of Duty.
Got a foot problem, so let's see how comfortable he is with that foot. We had questions about Matt Eberflus here. Jerry Jones spoke on the defense today on the radio. So let's chat about it.
Dr. Jones, man.
Chat about what you 3 defensive players.
do it.
We'll do that next right here on the Players Lounge, which is brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Returning for the 2025 NFL season, Boss reunites with the Dallas Cowboys to drop the next chapter of their iconic collaboration. The Boss Cowboys collection fuses fashion and football once again, capturing the fearless spirit of what it means to be your own boss. Just in time for kickoff, gear up in standout styles that show your team pride with a bold edge. Available now at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. Hashtag be your own boss.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The IndyCar Grand Prix of Arlington is coming March 13th through the 15th, 2026. Gear up for a full weekend of world-class racing, entertainment through the streets of Arlington. Yes, you heard that, Agtown. Yes, tickets are available now at SeatGeek.com. Go get yours today.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes,
Trey.
man.
Young Trey.
That boy, great voiceover for you.
Aggie
man.
excellence.
Get you on some anime or something, man.
I do, man. You know, the more you can do. Appreciate
There you
it.
go. Barry Church, Demontre Moore, Anthony Dorsett, 3 former NFL defensive players. I'm Newey Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. When it comes to the defense, Jerry Jones on his radio show on 105.3 The Fan today said, quote, "It's not as bad as it looks, but it also has a lot of room for improvement for us to be where we want to be on defense."
You got room for improvement.
So, guys, is it as bad as it looks? Jerry says no. It's not as bad as you think it is. The Broncos getting 179 yards on 28 carries, averaging 6.4 yards a carry. R.J. Harvey with career highs and touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins is rising from the dead, 15 carries, 111 yards, averaging 7.4 yards a tote. Bo Nix, who threw an interception on his first drive, ended up with 4 touchdowns on just 19 completions.
It's the way you read it that makes it sound so horrible. It's
4 touchdowns on 19 completions.
That's
Bruh.
talk about efficient.
What?
Got you up.
My
You
passer
getting
rating
dotted
is
up for
101.
real.
Or as Trey says, get busy.
Hey, man. You have to get busy.
He was getting busy, but this defense does look as bad as it looks on tape. Because when you look at it defensively, you can't give offenses both ways. Like, you got to be able to shut down something.
Take something away.
Take something away. And what we've seen so far from this defense is you can get them with the pass, you can get them with the run. And that makes it impossible to play defense in the National Football League. Like, you got to go into each and every game saying, all right, we're going to take this facet away from the offense. They might be able to burn us with the other one, but you're not going to rush for 200 or you're not going to throw for 350.
Right.
Yeah.
But Cats have been able to do both things against the Dallas Cowboys this entire season. And when you look at it, it's not like, man, they're putting up a fight. Man, we're seeing guys wide open for 10-yard separation. We're seeing mental errors. We're seeing coverage busts left and right. Guys not, fitting up the run responsibility. And this is going on week 8. It's
Week 9.
Week 9.
Week 9.
It's like, man, this looks bad, man.
Well,
this looks bad.
Jerry also said this, talking about the pass rush group, quote, in terms of numbers, in terms of players that can rush the passer, we've got the best numbers we've had.
Hold on, what?
Since when?
Hold on. He said who?
He said, quote, in terms of numbers, in terms of players that can rush the passer, we've got the best numbers that we've had. Bo Nix was not sacked on Sunday.
I'm going to let y'all.
I'm trying to figure out when is he the best numbers they had since when?
Just people designated to rush the passer. That got to be because that's
man.
The only way
He trying to trick me. He trying to hit me with that Jedi mind trick. Don't believe your lying eyes. Just listen to what I'm telling you.
The only reason that he can even come close to saying that is as a whole that everybody has a sack on this D-line versus where it used to be only maybe Micah Parsons and maybe one other person had a sack and then you didn't have that because you have more than 4 guys that have a sack. So maybe he's trying to say that, but those numbers are not there. Like, I would rather take Micah Parsons being top 3, top 5 in the NFL in sacks versus 1 sack here, 1 sack here, 3.5 sacks. Like, don't stop taking moral victories. Like, that's what I hate when we come out here and we say, oh, we're doing this and doing that. Like, no, you're not. That's a moral victory. You're talking about those numbers are there. This defense is atrocious. Now, in that same regard of you saying that it's not as bad, you know how it is as defensive player. What is that saying that coaches always say? It's never as bad and it's never as good. Let's go in here, watch the film, and do that. With that being said, it is technique errors. And with those techniques, you can fix that real quick to where you say, hey, we're right there. But when you're consistently having those technique errors, that's when it's like, hey, it's no longer a little problem. That little problem of that boat has flooded everything. And it's just something as simple as them running a crossing route, and then you see the inside line, the nickelback bumping off with the outside corner right there, and you have somebody wide open. Yes, it looks like he's wide open, but that was just simply you having bad eyes. But when you got to fix these little details. So instead of saying, hey, we're 1 play away, say that we're consistently bad technique away. Like, don't sit there and try to say, hey, that's that.
Trey's right. Technique stuff is things that, and then unfortunately, like, to honestly, to get to that technique, and everybody out there who's never been inside the locker room or been on the team before, you only get so many hours throughout the course of the week to rep certain things, to rep your defense. And so with that, and then having scheme problems and communication problems and everything else like that, there's no time structurally for the people to actually work on technique the way that they probably should. And so you're going to continue to have those same bad habits where you're trying to get communication right and scheme right and all this other stuff, and the technique takes a back door to everything.
And let me ask y'all, let me lay this up, because I know as a D lineman, I say, hey, it's easy for us to go straight. Eberflus defense is like this. But I know for us during the offseason, we're having the pass rush retreat. We're doing our cross chops and stuff like that. The offseason is where it's really at. As a DB, and yes, we talked about the pass rush, but we've also been talking a lot about the DBs. How much do y'all feel that technique should have been addressed by Eberflus and what's going on right now? Or should this have been something during the summer, like how Diggs wasn't here and it was like, man, maybe if you was in the building, we could have been learning this schematically. If you was here leading the young guys, you could have did that. What do y'all think?
I definitely think that, and Church will tell you, once you get to the pros, you're accountable for your own technique. All right. And so depending on what draft you are, a lot of times you can have bad technique and still get away with certain things as long as you're still making plays or you're athletic enough to overcome your bad technique. Right. But at the end of the day, yes, you have to work on that stuff in the offseason. I mean, like, for example, and we talk about AG. AG was one of the dudes that if you ever saw his footwork when he played ball, AG has
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn has some incredible footwork. And there was a point in time where, like, in the offseason down here in Dallas, where you would have guys like AG, Ray Mickens. I'm saying dudes that were like they
guys.
A&M, you know what I'm saying? And it was just, and then you would have Dion and a bunch of other dudes like Stoudemires and all these dudes getting together to go. We would like find a field somewhere and go get that field work in and just work on like your feet, your hips, your trade, your leverage, and just trying different things. That's where you actually going to get to learn if this technique is going to work compared to a quick step here or false, just a bunch of different stuff. And so, unfortunately, like you said, Diggs was hurt during the offseason. Not going to get a lot of technique work. You know what I mean? But the one thing I do know about this, and y'all know this as well as I do, this is the strongest muscle in your body, okay? Mm-hmm. You could play mental reps all day. My dad used to tell me all the time, Anthony, visualize yourself playing the game. Visualize yourself playing the game. Visualize yourself making plays. And that way, when it actually comes to fruition in the game, it becomes like second nature, right? And so you can correct things up here. Your brain doesn't know the difference between the mental and the physical rep. Mm-hmm. So you can play the game up here all day long and fix things to where they actually come to fix when you actually get out on the field. It just has to be a conscious effort in that area on a consistent basis to make it happen.
Yeah, and when you look at it, the last time I'm trying to think about when the secondary, had a guy in there that really was technique sound and got the most out of the secondary. And player wise, to me, was Gilmore.
Oh, there
when he was in here and Diggs was on the opposite side. He's a technique guy. Like, he wasn't just trying to out-athleticism everybody on the football field. You could tell he was reading the formation. All right, this is coming. He was running the route before the wide receiver was running the route because, film study and all that. I just don't see, and granted, a lot of the people in the secondary are hurt right now, a lot of them, but in the beginning of the season and leading up to when they got hurt, you didn't see that just communication, that just knowing from this secondary. I mean, it's like they're not playing as a unit. It's just like individuals out there. All right, I'm gonna try to do me all here. I don't know how he's gonna play it. When you've been a part of good secondaries, and I had the fortune to be a part of a couple of them, everybody's strengths and weaknesses. Okay, I know in cover one he's gonna lock up, but in that zone he might have his bad eyes a little bit. So maybe I should favor that corner a little bit more. Or at the safety, he doesn't really, cover good. So I may have to lean towards him as a linebacker to help out a little bit. And this what I'm seeing so far, and I could be wrong, but what I'm seeing so far is there's just a bunch of individual play, and nobody's playing as a unit out there. And that's why you see these explosive plays that you see in the passing game.
Can you give me an example of, who you played with or where it was like y'all were able to communicate without communicating?
Well, in Dallas, I think it was the year. What year was it? Probably 2016, where Claiborne was playing at an all-time high. But we had the vets. Myself, Brandon Carr was out there, Orlando Scandrick, like guys who knew the game from a mental aspect, and they can get those mental reps left and right. And then when I went to Jacksonville, same thing. But now, granted, the talent was unbelievable. You had Boyer, you had Ramsey, you had Colvin in the slot. So the talent was different than what they have here, but still communication and working as a unit you don't really have to be the most talented group. You guys all got to be on the same page, and you don't see that here right now.
And as a safety, like, and you know this like I do, man, like, and safeties, we take it serious to be there for our corners. You know what I mean? Like, if I tell you I'm going to be in the deep middle, I'm going to be in the deep middle.
Yeah.
All right? And then so, like, and I had the opportunity to play with guys like Charles Woodson, Eric Allen, and everything like that. And it could be a situation where, like, down the distance, we run in a certain coverage, and I can let them know, hey, look, right now, I'm coming down hard on your inside, so make sure you get back over top real quick because I'm jumping this inside route. You know what I'm saying? And that type of communication goes on, you know, like as we're watching film study too as well throughout the course of the week. Hey, man, I'm going to take that right there. So, like, when we get in the game, remember, or we're going to communicate this and everything else like that. So, I mean, it goes to say, like, the communication is a big part of it. And sometimes, like you said, the communication can override the talent as long as we are able to, like, get in the situation and understand what we're doing before the play actually starts.
So the question was asked, do we see Matt Eberflus back here next year? Let's dive into that question next. We'll have different answers on that question when we come back right here on the Players Lounge. This is DallasCowboys.com.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're maxing out overhead presses, pushing through chest flies, or being the hero your golden retriever needs to carry them over that scary bridge, Smoothie King has the fuel to help you go all out. Build muscle and boost your recovery with 45 grams of protein, 0 grams of added sugar, and delicious customizable ingredients in the Gladiator Smoothie. Available in chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Only at Smoothie King.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The countdown to game day starts with Rally Days, presented by SeatGeek. Enjoy a performance from Cat Hasty and other local artists. Get a behind-scenes look at the AT&T Stadium. Meet the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and alumni and more. Get your tickets for the next Rally Day on November 2nd. You heard it right, November 2nd at AT&T Stadium.com/Rally Days.
All right, thank you. In the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. That is Trey Moore. You got Anthony Dorsett, got Barry Church.
Yes, sir.
All three former NFL defensive players. I am Newey Scruggs. Matt Eberflus, that was brought up in the chat. Do you see him back next year? I will tell you.
I want y'all to go ahead because y'all played for him.
Okay.
I'll jump it off since I had the luxury of playing for Eberflus here and for a short stint in Indianapolis. And what I will say, let's take it a step further. Let's forget about Eberflus. We got to remember, this is the Dallas Cowboys. We find out every Tuesday what Jerry says, what he thinks, and most likely 99% of the time is going to happen. He's already said that this is who he wants in the foxhole. When Jerry has his guys, it's been known. He's already said that he's going to be out there. And also, with that being said, owners, GMs, majority of the time when they go into situations, they know what they're doing. They, like we said, what's the analogy that you use, Newey? You have a carpenter, he got to get his tools. Well, guess what? We know that Eberflus hasn't been playing with a full deck. And for him to be his talent grown in locally, I'll give you an example. How many times have people sat here and said, why is Kellen Moore doing what the thing besides Barry? Barry's the only one that was like, hey, he deserves to be here and earned that right. But time and time again, people said, hey, what did you do? How did you do that? Well, what he has done, and now we're going to pivot it a little bit further. It's no longer about Jerry. That's why he'll be there. But schematically wise, it's a 4-3 wide. His system is there. When he has a QB of that defense, like you said, it's been effective. When he had a Sean Lee, when he had a Vanderbush, when he was even at Indy and he had a Shaq Leonard that was over there. These guys have shown to go make it. And then he had somebody on that D-line that was making it work. You had Stephon Gilmore in the back that was able to coach those people up, but DeForest Buckner, D-Law that was here. So with all those being said, him not having a full tool deck, him making – with all the chaos that's going on, from Parsons being traded to people being on, your starters being on IR and stuff like that, he's making do with what do. Now, next year, that's a different one.
Okay, so you saying yes. You got?
I'm with Trey on this one. I do believe he'll be back in the with the Cowboys because, like Trey said, the Carpenter has to have his tools. I mean, when we're looking at it right now, he came in here. I would believe he thought, okay, I'm going to have Parsons. I'm going to have this game record. Well, you don't have Parsons. We looked at this last game, you know, who they were playing with in the secondary on this defense. And with all due respect, you know, you got a guy, I believe his name was Clark, you know, undrafted rookie free agent as a safety. You got a bunch of pieces that were, I don't want to call them, you know, cast offs, but they weren't, yeah, they're just kind of there. They just, you know, Jags, you know, just another guy out there. And, you know, they're playing to the best of their ability. So I want to see him with a talented group of men out there. Not saying, you know, that sounds kind of crazy, but just want to see him with a little bit more talent on the defensive side of the ball to see what he can do. But if they continue to have this historically, you know, bad run, it's going to be kind of hard for him to be around.
Okay, so you got yes.
Now, so I know who Jerry is just like y'all do. I'm learning, okay, being in the building and, of course, just watching over time. Now, I hear everything that he's saying about Eberflus being in the foxhole with him. And like you said, he hasn't had the opportunity to do what Dan Quinn was able to do, go out and actually get some guys.
Yes.
Okay, that being said, even still, you're going to have to make it make sense, okay? And if Flus stays, all right, who's going to go? Because there's like, okay, we talk about the players here. So if Flus didn't pick the players, so who in personnel got these guys in here that are that we're saying are not up to par at this point right here? Mm-hmm. So if you're equipping a team, you don't equip a team with subpar talent, regardless of who your coordinators or coaches are. Yeah. All right. So that being said, okay, if he gets the chance to come back, rightfully so. He thought he had Micah Parsons here. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I understand that, and that's a, you know, like. The whole thing, let it go. No, you can't let that go. Yes. All right? You can't let that go.
So I hear what you're saying, but this comes back to this organization.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't going, like,
Jerry's not going to fire his GM.
No.
Who's this GM?
We definitely know that ain't happening.
So he's not firing the GM. So this is something that when Michael Lombardi, before he went back to go be the GM of North Carolina football for Belichick, he always says the Cowboys overrate their talent. He said that's one organization, like they fall in love with guys, they overrate their talent. And the Cowboys clearly overrated the defensive talent this year. And when they brought in Eberflus, well, we'll make this work, that work, whatever. At a certain point in time, you can't lie to yourself no more.
Everybody can't have the same binoculars here looking through the same lens.
But they do.
I know that, and that's the unfortunate side of it. Yeah. But, you know what I mean?
They do. So, you know, I mean, I hear you, but see, you get frustrated, man. No, I mean, we used to this.
And so, like, so you know, like, and being, like, a fan of the Cowboys and playing against them for years and everything else like that, like, there's always been this thing. And just for everybody knows, I'm just a fan of good football, period. It don't matter what team it is. Mm-hmm. I like watching good football. And unfortunately, watching this consistently, and okay, so there has to be, you can't keep this whole thing the same. The defense. So something is going to
players
have to change.
Players.
Well, we know that's going to happen.
Players are going to change.
But there's like
coaching staff is. If I tell you like this, in my opinion, if the coaching staff changes, it's going to be because Flus wants somebody else in here. Like it might be a position coach or something like that. But I still don't see that right now. I feel like this is one of those moments where you're going to go in and implode the whole side of the defense to make this like, hey, what do you need to make the guys fit? I feel like with these guys at best that they have on this roster right now, a lot of them are system guys. A lot of them are made for somebody to scheme up, like a Donovan Wilson. Like, love him to death. He's a hard player and a hard hitter, but you're a scheme guy. Like, I'm gonna put you in as that box safety, keep you right here. In the perfect scheme, you can be a guy.
Go back to the conversation we had earlier this week, where we talked about how many starters you got on this D that can go with them. So we counted 2 in a possible. Yeah. And your second possible ain't gonna be here. That's Trayvon Diggs. Okay, so you got 2 in a possible. So you got Kenny Clark, defensive tackle, Deron Bland, corner, who both are under contract. Yeah. You got Osa Diggy who signed a big contract. So you got those 3. After that, you're really trying to build everything else on this defense. Everything. If you're being straight up honest.
Yes.
So when you say what's going to change, that roster got to change. I don't even know about the coaches yet, because I guess the thing I would say, this talent we're looking at is can you really judge somebody as a coach?
When we talk about communication being bad, like, okay, so Flus is the DC, so of course he's going to be with the whole defense, okay? But then when we break it down into position meetings, that communication is supposed to be expanded, whatever words you want to use. It's supposed to be put out there in the right way. All right, it's supposed to be broken down. Guys are supposed to be able to start to understand. It goes from this to now your position guy. And if your D coordinator can't communicate it to you right, maybe your position coach can. So with this lack of communication and understanding, like there's going to have to be somebody to come in and speak exactly what Flus is speaking, so the communication could be right on all levels.
Let me ask you this then. With that being said, who would be the guy? Because when I talk to guys, he said he don't have a problem with me putting his name out there. When I talk to Richard Sherman and say, hey, man, what do you think about the Cowboys? What's going on? You know who y'all got at the secondary? Oh, he was over there with us with Legion of Boom. He was getting us right. Like, if they trust him and do what he says, they'll be doing right.
Flus is with Legion of Boom?
No, not Flus. The secondary coach. I couldn't remember his name. Whoever the secondary coach is, Sherm was able to stamp him. Like, you have multiple guys around the league that have been stamping Shoddy and these other guys right here. So that's why, for me, as a player, I'm putting the onus on them. Like, I get you saying the coaches. Like, if they go out there and get a whole new roster, then we can say, hey, y'all were this and that. But when you have guys that have proven it at a high level to say, hey, that guy's good over there, that guy, I don't know what's going on, they're just not listening to him, it makes me look at them.
David Overstreet is your secondaries and corners. And then you got Andre Curtis, who's your defensive pass coordinator.
Dre, that's who it was.
Safeties.
He was talking about Andre, but with like, I just can't help but eventually, like I tell you, the players got to play, man. I don't see nobody whooping nobody. Like, the technique is there, so it has to start with them.
But Trey, we go back to what we just talked about, man. You got like 3 dudes here. Okay, you got 3 dudes, and you can't beat nobody good. Can't beat anybody good, and you're beating bad teams. Like, so Arizona's a game you should win. So you can say it's the players, but the players aren't that good. What it is, man? Some of these guys they'd probably be playing for Arlington Renegades if they weren't here, man. I mean, some of these guys just not that good.
So
you got it not good. I mean, your first round draft pick is a guy that you're looking at, man. Every week you're like, hey, man, what was he doing here? What did we do?
That's true though.
You know, I mean, think about where you talk about, man. You talk about. Kenneth Murray. You look at Kenneth Murray, you're like, we don't look good. Then you got Jack Sanborn, who he said, come on over here. I mean, you out here missing young Jack because Jack's backup is bad. Dude, it's just bad all over, man.
It is.
It's bad. So you have to go ahead. After the season, you're going to say goodbye to a whole lot of people. Just do what you did for DQ.
That's what I was just about to say.
Let's just go ahead and figure who is it you need. What are the corners you want? That's where you go to Will McClay. Will, this is a list of who it is we want that fits this defense. If you're going to bring Eberflus back, but if you don't even bring him back, whoever you bring in, you have to do that solid to the coach. What do you want? Let us go get the kind of players that you need, because it's clear the guys that DQ were winning with, and some of these guys are on this defense, do not fit it. So that's just being straight up fair. Yeah. And I go back to when I covered the Lakers, when Phil Jackson came in, Phil Jackson went and found people immediately who knew what his triangle system was. Here's John Sally. John Sally's role was to go up here and tell Shaq what to do. John Sally was limited in what he could do in terms of playing, but he wasn't asking him to play. He was asking him to teach, and every now and then get some garbage minutes. Ron Harper, hey, Ron, you go over here to Kobe. Show him what to do. Horace Grant, I mean, he brought these guys in, and it was effective. We saw a little bit with DQ. So Jack Sanborn knows his defense, but is he really a difference maker? No. He's been exposed because you also ain't got nobody else in the linebacker spot that can help. So just fix it in the offseason. Making a trade right now not going to help. Jerry, I've been talking on the radio show. We could do something. Jerry lying. Ain't nobody going to help this thing, man. Go beat your bad Arizona. Go try to get a bye week. Go beat your bad Raiders. Eagles come to town, hold on for dear life because it's division game. See what you can do. Maybe like John. But baby, this thing has got too much trouble. You got to fix it.
Can I throw a monkey wrench in there? Just
we out of time.
Off for you? All right. Well, I'll ask you off here then.
We got time. It's 45, and I got to get ready for another show.
Oh, excuse me, big dog.
I do, man. I got to get ready for another show.
45.
They don't pay overtime. They don't pay overtime around here. Okay. Okay. They don't. I know you got some stuff to go do.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
You got a kid to go pick up. Here's what it is. Players Lounge. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!